Today I am going to show you how to measure the surface area and pore volume and pore radius of the porous material. To begin the sample analysis, at first we need to dry it. That means we need to remove any moisture and any gas from the inside the pore of this sample. You need to put your sample inside this tube. So to do that, you will use a balance and make a sheet like that. Suppose here we can use three different tubes, tube 1, tube 2 and tube 3. Suppose I will use tube 1. All you have to do at first measure the empty tube from the balance. You need to measure the weight of the material. So the recommended weight is 0.1 to 0.5 gram. After measuring the material, you can put your materials here. Suppose your empty tube weight is A. So after putting the sample inside the tube, you need to measure the whole tube again. So this weight will be B. After degas for 2 or 3 hours, the actual will be B minus A. That means this is the actual of the material. So now after putting the sample in the tube, I will show you how to degas it. Here this is the degassing machine. Just put your sample inside it. So there is two portions. This portion is heating and this portion is cooling. So usually the recommended temperature is 160 degrees Celsius and the degassing time is 2 to 4 hours. So at first I will do, suppose this is my sample inside this tube. I will put this tube here and put a rubber pot here. Make sure this tip of the rod does not touch the sample. So just hold it like this and then put it here. Now this is in the closed condition. You can see this is the closed. All you have to do, open it. Okay. So if you have the three tube, just put in the same way. At first weight your tube, then put your sample, then measure the weight of the whole tube. After this, you can just put your tube here. Now you have to set the temperature. Usually I recommend 150 to 160. That temperature is enough to remove any moisture or any other impurities. So you have to, there is 2 points here, this is up, this is down. So if you want to increase the temperature, this is the up button. Suppose I want 150 degrees Celsius. So all I have to do, just to hold it here. So it's increasing. Oh, okay. So we can also decrease it. So suppose this is the 150 degrees Celsius temperature we want. So it will take some time, maybe 5 or 10 minutes. After then it will reach to 150 degrees Celsius. So after 4 hours you will come here, you will stop this bulb, and you also need to decrease the temperature. Suppose you need to set it up at your room temperature. Suppose previously it was 150, you need to decrease the temperature to room temperature. So I prefer 25 degrees Celsius. So I am decreasing it. Alright, now it's 25. Now you close this bulb, then you need to take out this tube and put it here. So this is the cooling section. Just keep it like 10 or 15 minutes like this. After this, your sample will be cooled down. Then your sample is, after cooling down, you will take this rod out and again use the balance and measure the weight. So this is your weight now. This is B. So now you have previously your weight empty tube A. After degassing the sample, you got the B. So the actual weight will be C. So C equal to B minus A. So this is the actual weight, and the recommended actual weight is 0.1 to 0.5 gram sample. So all you have to do for the tube 2 and tube 3, the same method, same. So you will measure the weight of the sample. I will now put my sample inside of this machine. So at first what you need to do, just open it and remove this box. And there are, you can see there are three port here. So this is the number 3, 1, 2. So this one is port number 3, this is port number 2, this is port number 1. So these all are now closed. What you have to do, you have to remove this port. Suppose I am removing the port number 1. All you have to do, take this nut, take out from this, and there will be also one ring inside of this. You also need to take this ring out. Put a thermal jacket inside of it, and this will go all the way down till this red signal. Then you need to put this port here and put this rod inside in the middle. Then you need to put it here, this tube, and also put this ring at the top of this glass tube and put it here. And make it tight. So hand tight is okay, just to make sure there is no vacuum creates here. So your tube is ready right now. Tube number 1. If you want to also put tube number 2 and tube number 3, use the same method. Bring this ring down and put your tube here and put it. So after this one, you need to fill this bucket with nitrogen, liquid nitrogen. So we have liquid nitrogen tank over there. So the rule to fill the liquid nitrogen is, this is the meter stick. After putting the liquid nitrogen inside here, you can measure the nitrogen level. So the level should be between this hole and the bottom. So it's any point is fine. So after putting liquid nitrogen here in this beaker, so all you have to do, just put it here and just close the door. In this computer, here is the software. It's called TriStar 3000. You need to double click this software. Then you need to go to the file, go to open and sample information. Here is the folder, so you can select your folder, which folder you want. So there is different folder. You can create in your name and create a folder. I will just go through my name here. So this time, go here and just click OK. So this file will be saved in my folder. You will see it, yes. After this, a new window will be open. So suppose at the first you need to write it down, your sample name, suppose sample 1. Then you can write down your name. This is the weight of the sample. So you already got weight of sample from the balance. So you can just say like 0.1, 2, 3. The density we usually keep it in 1. So this is the first step. Then you need to go to the second step, sample tube. No need to change anything, just keep it what it is. Then go to degas condition. Now you need to put the degas condition. Suppose we use 150 degrees Celsius temperature to degas the sample. We keep it 4 hours. That means 240 minutes. After putting the degas condition, you will go to analysis condition and go to the pressure and select the insert range. So you can select the pressure range. Suppose here from the canister from the 0.01 and suppose ending relative pressure is 0.99. and suppose you want to take at least 40 points, and just click OK. Then go to insert predefine, and just you can say that for the surface area is 5 point low pressure, T plot 15 points. You can select VJH is 20 point is fine, VJH distortion also 20 point, then click OK. So now you can see the relative pressure range from the 0.01 and it goes to the 0.9, so then it's again decreased to 0.4. So for the VT surface area, usually I prefer to from the 0.01 to 0.3, so just check all the points in this region till 0.3. So check all the points till it's 0.3. Yeah, so this is the VT surface area point, and other point you don't need to check in. For the landmark surface area, I usually select 0.01 to 0.08, so just take this pressure and no need to check other pressure. For the P plot, I usually select all the points like from the 0.01 to the maximum pressure. So you need to go down and check all of this pressure. So then it's come VJ adsorption. So you also need to, if you want, you can collect from the low pressure to the maximum pressure. So just go all the way down and check all the pressure. And for the BJ distortion, the point where is BJ adsorption ends, you need to select from this point and go to all the way to the down, like it has till 0.24. So this is the BJ distortion. And for the total pore volume, to get the total pore volume, I usually select at the maximum point, like this 0.984 is fine, and you can also select another point is 0.984. So after setting all of these parameters here, you just need to click OK. Then you need to go to the actual heat properties, no need to change anything. Then you can go to the report option and just select this isotherm, BD surface area, landmark surface area, T plot, BD adsorption, distortion. You can select MP method if you want, option summary, and then go to the save option. So all of these parameters will be saved and keep it closed. So after closing this parameter, you need to go to unit 1, go to sample analysis. So if you go to the sample analysis, you need to click the browse and usually click the status new analysis. And suppose for this 2 days one, I took the sample 1, so just click OK. So you can see your sample 1 information is here, like mass and sample name. The similar way this is for the port 1. So if you have the other tube in the port 2 and port 3, just click the browser and just select the sample and just put it here. So there is three ports, port 1, port 2 and port 3. So after putting this sample information here, just click the start. So your sample will be automatically start. And whole sample is usually take 5 or 6 hours. So if you do it in the evening, you can come to the next morning and take out your sample. And when your sample is finished, there will be three options for the report. All you need to do is just click the report and save the file in the Excel format. From my folder, so suppose this is one file I analyze, it's saved in the Excel sheet. So if you open this Excel sheet, so this is the Excel sheet. If you go to the last tab, so here is the summary view of my sample. So you can see this is the BET surface area for my sample, and this is the landmark. Somehow it's off, and if you go to this is the pore volume, the total pore volume of my sample, and you will also get the pore size, pore radius from this one. So that means in this Excel sheet, in the last tab, you will see all of this information which is important. So this is the overall setup I told. There is also one methodology like procedure file from the beginning to the end. So if someone has difficulty, they can also use this method file. So it's also show step by step how to set up the program and how to set up the tube in this machine, and from the beginning to the end. And I also put all of the parameters here, but it also depends on your material. So check your literature before starting the materials, like what is their pressure range and what is the point you want to select for your surface area. Also Disease absorption and desorption data. Just to check the literature and find what suitable points you need, because I put these parameters for my materials. So for your materials it might be different. So just check the reference and check it which pressure you need, and then set the parameters and run it. Yeah, that's all. So after finishing your sample, you need to open this machine, take out this record, take out the sample from here. Just hold the tube at the bottom, open it, open the ring, take this out, take out the thermal jacket out. So this is your sample. You need to keep it in some tube or something where you want to. Just put it there and clean this tube. So that for the next user can use it. And if you want to dry this, you can just put it here and just set temperature at 150. And another thing you will also need to do, you also need to keep this hole closed. So for this one, put this tube here, put the ring at the top like this, and just close it like this. Don't keep it open. So just always after finishing your experiment, take the tube out and close it. So after closing this, you can put your tube here, close the machine. Yeah, that's all. So during this process, if you have any problem or any technical problem, you can contact Dr. Degassing from Conn Center. You can find his email information and other contact information in the website.